Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new, my name is Tennille. Today I'm going to do something a little different on my channel, and instead of a typical get ready with me using makeup that I maybe really like or something like that, I am going to do a get ready with me using makeup from my collection that I never use. Things that I just don't veer to, whether it's because of maybe the shade, maybe the brand, maybe something's wrong with it, or just something that I just don't reach for because I have stuff I love better. But I thought, you know, let's give everything that I don't ever reach for another chance, because maybe I really love it and I just don't realize I do because I use something else. So anyways, that's what we're doing today. I did already start this video, and then I got a phone call and got interrupted, and so I ended up going and putting on my hair, and I did though already prime my eyes and set the prime. So for that I used my Lorac. This is the behind the scenes eye primer that I have received with a palette I bought. I've actually used this a tons when I first got it. I just ended up getting the Urban Decay primer potion in anti-aging, and I love it. I use it primarily, so this just doesn't get pulled out anymore. So we started with that, and then to set the primer I went in with this little single Maybelline that I have here, and this is in the shade Linen, and it's just a simple, like, you know, soft beigey kind of toned color, and we went ahead and set the primer with that. So for palettes, I have a couple of options here. So first we have the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette. Oh, my dog wants it. So first one that I don't ever use, and I have used this I guess once when I first got it last month with my BoxyCharm, and it's really pretty. It just has these really vibrant bright colors that I just don't typically go to, but I do like it. And I know right after all of the horrible drama about Laura Lee and the others have come up, and it's really devastating. I was a fan. I definitely do not agree at all with any of her comments. Really disappointing, but I might go ahead and give this a shot today because these top shades here have really been kind of calling to me, and I have not played with them yet. I've actually only played with these ones down in here. So that is one of my palettes. Another palette that I have that I bought this actually for myself. It was one of the first palettes that I actually kind of bought myself when I got into makeup just a couple years ago now. Anyways, this is the Urban Decay, and I don't want to blind anybody with the mirror. It's really pretty. It has all these beautiful shimmery, like fall kind of colors to me. I just really like it, but it is all shimmery, and so therefore I don't reach for it much. You can tell though I've used it quite a bit, because when I first got it I really enjoyed it. Oh, my other dog now. I don't know what's going on with these guys today. Be right back. Maybe we'll get through this video. Maybe. Okay, where was I? Palettes. Okay, so next I also have the Crown Pro Glam Metals palette that we received a while back in our BoxyCharm. Again, this is a really gorgeous palette. I love the shades. I really do. But there's so many shimmery shades that you just really, I mean, actually they're like all shimmery shades. I think this Black Metal might be like slightly matte with a tiny bit of shimmer in it, but it's just so shimmery that I really don't use it. So what I did is I brought out this Tarte little palette, and again I did receive this in BoxyCharm. This was the limited edition palette, and let's see, what is this one called? This is Be Your Own Tartist, and at first I really did not love it. I mean, the shades are pretty and all, but they just didn't do much for me. But I did use it again recently, and I felt like it performed a lot better. I must say though, I love the blush, and that is called Insightful. I love Tarte's blushes. They are one of my favorites. So I do reach for this palette often just because of the blush, but I thought it could be. All right, I'm back. Sorry I keep getting interrupted. So I'm back, and as I was saying, I love Tarte's blushes. So that palette I thought would be great for some of the matte shades that are in there for some bases and stuff. So with that being said, let's attempt to finally get through this makeup look. It has taken me way longer than necessary already to get here. So let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna go in, obviously, starting off with the Tarte palette here, and I'm gonna go into a really light shade and I believe it's called Cream of the Crop. And I'm just gonna buff that into the corners. It's so light, it's not gonna really give me much color past that linen shade that we'd already put on there. But I'm gonna go in with such bright colors that I really wanted to try to, yeah, do a little something. Sienna the Future, which is this real pretty kind of brown shade, and I just kept it on the same brush. Oh, and I'm using the Elizabeth Mott blending brush. I believe I got this with some of my Ipsy points, I think. I don't think it came in a bag. I think I actually used some points for that. So what did you guys think of the whole BoxyCharm debacle? I did not attempt to sign up. I'm not even getting this month's box currently. I'm just giving it a break. We're gonna try some other stuff and maybe, I don't know, buy some other things this month maybe. We'll see, we'll see. I'm kind of glad after all of the chaos that I did temporarily cancel it, because I just can't even believe all of the craziness over trying to sign up for the Luxe box and the fact that they are still having issues and can't seem to get that straight. It's sad. It's really disappointing for those who are really looking forward to getting it. I have seen all the spoilers though, and although it looks like a great box, and I mean, for $50, you're getting a lot of really awesome, amazing products in there, but it just really isn't speaking to me. I mean, really, the products in the $21 box, I'd rather be getting, and you're getting like half of those items in the other box. I don't know. For me, I'm like, whatever. All right, so we're gonna go into the Laura Lee palette. I think we're gonna give this one a shot. Ooh, you can see all my reflectiveness in the back. All right, anyways, I hope you guys stick with me to the end so we can see what look we created and how we like these products. If you have tried any of the products that I use that I've mentioned, please let me know what you think. If you have better success, if you have a special way that you've liked using them, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please comment down below. Oh, and I've gained even a couple more subscribers since my last video, and I just want to say hi, new subscribers, and thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope you enjoy my videos, and please make sure to hit a thumbs up so I know you're out there. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna go into It's a Party, and I'm trying to decide what brush I want to use. I think I'm going to go in with this little Luxie 207T, and I'm going to pick up some of that yellow and work it in the outer edge, kind of over where I had put in those other colors. I just knew this was going to be such a bright, intense yellow, and I just wanted to tone it down a tiny bit. I'm not one of those people when I do my makeup that I go, you know, one eye completely and then go to the other eye. I need to go back and forth equally as I'm doing my eyes. Otherwise, I will definitely not have them equal because I won't remember what I did. How do you like to do your makeup? Do you find that you do one eye at a time, or do you have to also kind of go back and forth and do them equally to make sure that they come out the same? I'm curious. You know, man, clear my throat. I have only officially been into makeup and doing makeup and really doing makeup for just shy of 2 years now. November of 16, I decided I am so done with raising babies and it all being about my babies and me just hitting 40 and not loving it. Well, actually 40 was okay, but 30 sucked. I hated 30. I just did not love 30. 30 didn't love me. We had our issues. And so going into age 40, I thought, you know, I'm so ready to be about me and taking care of me. And you know what? Let's try with some makeup boxes because it's a good, inexpensive way to get started. And that's what I did. And that's how I started. And I thought, you know, I'm watching these people unbox them on YouTube, and that's how I discovered it. Why don't I just try it too? That sounds fun, you know? So that's what I did. That's where I'm at, and I'm about to be 42. And, you know, it's fun. I really like makeup. I like that you can just put it on. It doesn't matter how good it is. It washes away. I love Bailey Sarian and how she says, you know, it's just makeup. If you don't love it, if it's too much or whatever, if it's overboard, if it's too bright, like it might be today, it washes off. So just have fun with it, right? So that's what I'm doing. All right, I'm rambling and I'm not working here. I'm never gonna get done. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm definitely gonna go into these bright, bright, bright colors. So we're definitely gonna be using Karaoke as well as Damage Control, and then we already did It's a Party. I'm trying to decide though if I should go in a little with some of this orange color called Dreams to maybe blend a little, but I think I'm just gonna go straight into my blues. So let's go into Damage Control, I think, and I guess we'll try this little Luxie brush. This is a 213T, and we'll see if we can pack some of this color. I feel like I should have done this in the inside and maybe the darker blue on the outer edge, but we're in it now, right? So I was just on the phone talking to my husband, and for those who do know me that watch, you know that we love to have parties and entertain and do things like that. And his grandmother has bought me tons of like serving and platters and cake pans. And I mean, I've got tons of stuff. So we are thinking of maybe starting our own like catering business maybe. So I am a little nervous, but really excited. I think it would be really fun. I love to cook, and I just, you know, I need a new adventure, and I just think it would be really a fun business for us. So that is kind of where we've been at, and that's been a lot of my interruptions with my phone calls earlier in the video. If you're still watching, thank you. And so anyways, if you have any experience or know anybody that does and have any advice or tips, I would love to hear it. And if you have been to any of my parties before, I would love for you to shout out to me what maybe one of your favorite dishes is that you would love to see, or that you could totally see being a catered dish that somebody would want to, you know, have at their party kind of thing. So please let me know what you think. All right, we're gonna go into this Karaoke color here, and it is this bright, beautiful kind of purpley blue. And I think I'm gonna go in with my finger and attempt patting this on first. And we are just having fun with this makeup today, definitely, because I am not so sure how great it's gonna look when we're all said and done, seriously. So, I must say, packing this blue color on with my finger, it's got some great color payoff. I know that blues can definitely be patchy. That's what I'm trying to say. Especially sometimes in like the swatching. So I must say this packing it on here like this method is not bad. Definitely though, I have a mess happening here, I must say. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with this semi-ish clean Wet n Wild little fluffy brush and try to blend this out a little bit and soften those edges, hopefully without losing too much of our color. Oh, you just washed away so much color. Look at that. I had blue all up in there, and now it's like boop right at the edge. Well, that is disappointing. All right, well, it is what it is. So now let's go back in with damage control and see if we can't do something about this. Right. We are definitely going with a different look than I initially thought we were doing, that's for sure. But you know, I think this could be good. So now what I think I'm gonna do is go in, and this does not have a name like on it. This is one of the arrow brushes from the Storybook Cosmetics, and it's got this great little flat tip little thing there. So we're gonna go ahead and put some of that blue karaoke, tap that off, and so now I'm just gonna keep this blue color real close, I think, to my line here. And I think that is gonna be a better way to go. Do you guys have dogs? Do they just go randomly nutty? Mine love to bark at my neighbors. I've got these kind of young kids that live next door, and they come and go quite often. And they like to hang out on their little front porch and stuff, and my dogs just go nuts. I'm sure that my neighbors are just like, holy moly. Well, these colors are definitely not my favorite. I'm definitely not loving them. I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush here with some It's a Party and soften up this edge, as well as the fact that we really lost that color. So we're gonna bring that back in, and oh no, I am just making a disaster over here with my eyes. I really am. I gotta figure out how I want to fix that mess. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do next. I'm thinking that we need to highlight our little brow bone here. So I think for that, I'm gonna go into the Urban Decay and use Sin up here in the corner. And for that, I love using this little unicorn brush. It's the one I used actually today to set my eyes with, because I totally forgot to bring anything else. This color is not working. And so I feel like a clown today. Does anybody ever have that happen to them, where your makeup is just not working out the way you thought it was going to? Luckily, my only plan for today is to pick my children up from school. So that's good. So I went back in with the Tarte palette, and I'm using, tell you the little color off the sheet here, Highlight of My Day. So that is helping to salvage this brow from that color Sin. The color Sin was pretty, but it was just too pink that it just was not doing any justice to that. So, all right, eyes. I think we're gonna go ahead and now pause on them for a little bit. I think I may end up going in with this palette. Ooh, as I blind everybody, with this palette here, and maybe taking some of these greenish kind of golds, or maybe one of these little blues actually, and popping that on to kind of calm everything down. But I think we should go in and work on this face first. But I gotta wash these hands, so I will be all right. All right, so now let's go ahead and double check that we don't have too much fallout, I guess, huh? I think we're all right. So I'm gonna prime my face, and I like this foundation. I like this primer. I got this quite a while back. I forget exactly. Oh, now I remember, totally forgot. So I actually won this free on an Influencer, which I have links for everything down below. If you're ever interested in checking anything out and you're wondering what Influencer is, please take a look at the links below. I will also leave a link up above with a video that I had opened some Influencer boxes in. So if you are interested in that, I will leave a link for that up above. Anyways, so I had done everything in a virtual box. It wasn't even a real box where they actually send you a product or an item. This was actually one of their virtual boxes Vox boxes, which is where a lot of times they're asking you to typically go to like Sephora or Ulta or something like that and take some selfies and talk about a product. And it's really fun. It's super simple. And then you earn points and it kind of helps you towards other boxes and things like that. But they also, in those virtual boxes, do contests and stuff. So I actually won a full-size Smashbox product, and I didn't have to do anything other than go to the store and snap a photo and say how, ooh, I'd love to try this product. So anyways, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is the clear one, the original, I guess, if you would say. I'm probably using way more than I need, but well. All right, good. Put them on all over. I know, probably a little more vigorous than most of you, but you know, I just like to get it all slapped on there. Okay, for foundation, I have grabbed 2 foundations that I have. Both of these I've gotten free for different reasons. This one here is the Bare Minerals. This is a fresh faced liquid foundation. This is the Made to Fit for Tennille. It actually has my name on it right there. This was one I actually got from Influencer for free from a virtual box. So basically I got to go in, I downloaded their app that they were promoting, and I got to kind of check it out and talk about it, and then they ended up saying, okay, so we got to get through this. I'm running out of video space here. So the Made to Fit I got from Bare Minerals. It was a little dark. This was actually a second shade. The first one was so orange and dark I could not wear it, but I've gotten a little tan, so I'm thinking it might work. I'm gonna give it a shot. Otherwise, quite a while back to try, from Burt's Bees, I got this Goddess Glow in the shade 1010 Ivory. And I mean, I don't think I've ever been this pale. I really did not get a dark enough shade. But I thought, worst case, if this is too dark, we can go into this one. I'm gonna be using my Crown paddle brush today. I just used this recently again for the other day, and I was like, you know, I kind of enjoy this. All right, so this definitely looks really dark. So I did 2 pumps of that. I'm gonna do 1 little pump of this ivory color here and mix them together and see if we can lighten that up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's already looking like a much better shade. So that's kind of what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting this all over and blending that out. I don't wear foundation on a regular basis. I like the way it looks on, and I like the way it evens out my skin tone, which I feel is very uneven, but I hate the way it feels. And I touch my face way too much. Does anybody else do that? I must say that I feel like wearing makeup has helped, because I do tend to be more conscious of the fact that I'm touching at my face all the time. And therefore I don't do it quite as bad, but unfortunately, I'm not great about not. So, you know, I feel like I rub my makeup off sometimes at the end of the day. I'm like, okay, you were wearing makeup. What happened to it? But you've ended up just like, you know, rubbing it off. I'm definitely good at doing that, which is probably the worst. So I think I have that all blended out and everywhere, and I think that color looks good. Wipe off my hand real quick. Okay, let's see. So it looks good. I can definitely still see, you know, all of my pores and things like that, but it looks nice. And actually, I feel like it did give me a little bit of a glow. I wonder if the Goddess Glow is what did that. That looks really good. I'm not hating that at all. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of concealer under the eye. I'm gonna use this It Bye Bye Under Eye in Light. And again, this is something that I just don't go to very often. I don't hate it, I just don't use it often. I'm gonna use this Lindo paddle brush for this, and I put it on my hands, and then I'm just gonna What is your favorite concealer? I really like the Maybelline, I cannot think of it, the dark circle one. I use that mostly, but it's a little thin, and I feel like although it helps, it definitely doesn't completely cover up my dark circles. But I feel like the Tarte Shape Tape, because I have that one also, I feel like it is just so creasy on me. Like, it just doesn't look good at all. I've heard some really good things about the ColourPop, and the price point is definitely something I could wrap my head around, if you know what I mean. I'm kind of loving that. Okay, so I'm thinking to set, I'm gonna go ahead and use this Ulta Fabulous Face Pressed Powder. I have used quite a bit of it, as you can see in there, but I've gotten so many other things that I haven't used it in like forever. So I'm gonna use this Crown Big Paddle Brush thing here, and I don't do a heavy bake or set or anything crazy like that. I just am not into that. But I definitely find that I need to go in and do, see? I'm not loving it, that's for sure. I'm gonna go in with my Aesthetica P12. This is my Big Fluffy with the same product, but I'm gonna use this to obviously set the rest of my face. All right, I'm happy. Good enough, right? Good enough. All right, so to bronze up, I'm gonna go into this Beauty Creations Exposed palette. This is actually the Blush collection, but it has 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight in here. Now, I got this quite a while back in a Soul Theory box that I had gotten. They were doing back then the makeup and sunglasses. Now I believe they have, sorry, I believe that they're only doing sunglasses on the Soul Theory, and all of the makeup has moved over to Yes Oh Yes. So if you are aware of Yes Oh Yes, which I know a lot of people are getting that subscription, that kind of started initially, I believe, as the makeup box that you were getting. Oh, wow, that did not blend at all. So we're gonna go in with this clean brush and hopefully maybe it's just a shadow. Maybe I think I'm okay. Whew, I got a little scared there. I was like, oh my God. All right, so I think that's gonna be okay. Oh, bronze action, warm back up the face, right? All right, for blush, I'm gonna go into the same palette, and we're gonna go ahead and use this brush here. And I'm gonna use the lighter, peachier shade because we have such a crazy eye going on that I definitely don't need any kind of competition with brightness. And I think that that other one, although it is very pretty, is just definitely not working. So I like to tap and then kind of push, especially if I want a really like fine, you know, color, but like subtle. I'm not trying to be all wild and crazy with it. All right, and it looks like I totally forgot to bring my highlighting brush. So we'll go in with this and we'll go into the highlight in that same palette and just kind of brush that on there. All right, I think that is good enough for the face. So now we're gonna go back to the eyes and get them finished off. So I wanna go ahead and add a little color to the under eye because there is nothing going on down there and it definitely needs some help. So we're gonna go in to damage control. All right, and then let's go in. Let's go in with the, I'm thinking let's take just a little bit of this punk. Let's see if it does anything without ruining it. Just a little bit. Just tones it down, I think, a little. All right, let's go ahead and add just a little bit of liner here. What do I got? So this is a I don't know, some intense black liner that I never ever reach for. I think it's actually kind of broken. I believe I got this in an Ipsy bag quite a while ago, and I've never really used it. It just, I don't know. I don't love it, and like I say, I think the little thing is kind of busted on it personally. Ooh, blinding you. All right. And then I think we're gonna attempt a little bit of this Revlon Color Stay liner, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera for a minute while I do this, and then I'll come back. All right, so I went ahead and applied, oh my God, I totally lost it. There it is. The Revlon, this is the Color Stay Exactify Liquid Liner. It's this weird little tip here, that like rollerball thing. It applied okay. It was a little gunky at the ends, and then it was super duper shiny. So I went in with the Black Metal out of the Glam Metals palette, and I kind of lightly tapped that over to kind of lighten it down a little bit as far as that went. And then I applied mascara. For that, I did the Double Decker from Butter London. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I do not love it. It's very clumpy and gunky and a little messy. Oh my gosh. So I went in with this Mad Lash from the Balm and kind of smoothed everything out just a little bit. And that was what I did there. For setting spray, I did use not this Master Fix in this bottle, but this is my tiny bit of leftover Ofra fixer or something like that spray. So I used that to set, which is not something I don't use often. I use it all the time, but you know, it's the one I am getting rid of the most, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so last thing we need to do as I yell at you is lipsticks. Okay, so I don't have a liner that I don't go to often. So I think I'm gonna go in with this little Estee Lauder liner. I pretty much use my liners all the time. And then for lip, I have a few that I really never reach for, and quite a bit of them are Tartist. So I was thinking maybe I would do one of those today. So I've got, what is this? Salty birthday suit, which I should do that. That was my birthday gift from last year, I believe. And my birthday's coming up, so maybe we'll do that one. Rosé, and then we've got this really dark color, which I don't even think is labeled. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with birthday suit because, again, it is about to be my birthday. And I don't wear these because they are so dry. And they end up caking on my lips real bad. Oh, and I have a cracked lip, which is not helping. Not helping. All right, well, that is the final look. What do you think? I'm definitely not very glowy as far as my highlight, although it's pretty. I do think my skin came out nice as far as the foundation, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and give those two a shot together, maybe a little more often, while I have a little bit of color left over from summer. Let's see, the eyeliner I did not love. It's too shiny and difficult. Mascara, I can see why I never go to it. You know, I like the primer, but I have ones I like better, pore filling, things like that. So, you know, it is what it is. As far as the biggest products that I did here today, this palette here I like. I do love the color of the bronzer, and I do love the color of the blush. They're just not my favorites. They're not my go-to, but definitely something I'll hang on to in my collection. Some of these other things I have a feeling are going, like that mascara, definitely gotta go. Eyeliner, gotta go. Eyeshadows, I will probably hang on to for a little bit longer, but I definitely don't love them. I must say this Laura Lee palette, as pretty as it is, didn't perform nearly as well today as I had hoped it would. I mean, it looks nice, it looks okay, but as soon as I went to go and like softly blend the blue, it just like disappeared. That was really disappointing. So anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope I didn't take up too much time. I felt like it took me forever to get through this video. So if you stayed till the end, please let me know that you were here for the whole video. I would love to say hi and get to know you back, and until my next video, I guess. Thanks. Bye.